when I started doing that stuff, it just brought me to really awful, dark places, and I found myself with really bad people, and eventually found myself like alone on Skid Row. Like, had no idea like really how I got there, no idea who to call, no phone. Like, my bags had all been stolen from me, my clothes had all been, like, everything that meant anything to me had been either stolen, given away, traded for drugs, traded for money, and I was just kind of like left with myself. And then I think one night I was just like really over it. Like, I was sitting in a Starbucks, like, trying to figure out what I was gonna do. I had no phone, and I was just like, what the fuck do I do right now? So I asked somebody to borrow their phone, and I ended up getting into my Facebook and hitting up one of my friends to see if they could get me into rehab again. And that's kind of where I got out of Skid Row, but it's definitely a crazy place.
So today we are here in Anaheim, California with Doll. Doll, are you originally from Anaheim?
I'm not. I'm actually from New England. I kind of bounced around a lot when I was younger, so I went to high school in Salem, New Hampshire, though.
And where?
Salem, New Hampshire.
Okay. When did you come over to the United States?
Well, I've been in the United States. New England is like Boston and like New England.
We're going to start over because now I made
okay.
myself look like a complete idiot.
That's okay.
Okay, we're starting over.
It's like New Hampshire, Massachusetts.
That's
I've kind of
right.
like bounced all over the place, so.
Okay, starting over. Sorry about that, Doll.
That's okay.
Me doll or her doll?
She's Doll.
I know.
And you. I could actually call him Doll.
Dude, that's funny.
That's his nickname. Hi, Doll. Okay. So today we are here in Anaheim, California with Doll. Doll, are you originally from Orange County?
I'm not. I'm actually from the New England area. I've lived all over like Massachusetts and New Hampshire. Lived in New Orleans for a little bit, but I'm primarily from New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
Must be cold up there sometimes.
Yeah, it's freezing, honestly. That's why I moved out here for the most part.
How long have you been here in California?
I came out to California in 2017, actually. I was dealing with a custody case with my son, and I told the judge that I would come out to get clean to defer further consequences, I guess, of what I was running amok of. So I've been out here pretty much ever since. Started in the desert, went to Betty Ford for a little bit, and then I came up to Orange County, and then from there I ended up getting wrapped up in like the like marketing bullshit that is the rehab game, if you will. Went to probably about like 60 plus rehabs, and
any success? Did you?
Yeah, I actually did find. I passed through one that actually really touched my heart, and I like cried leaving there. I completed it. It was the only one I ever completed, and it was super like one-on-one care. I was there for 2 weeks in like a beautiful home in Fallbrook with just me and one other girl, and it was really personal, and I really got the actual care that like I needed in that time, and yeah. So I stayed clean for about 5 years after that.
Wow, great.
Yeah.
What's your current living situation today?
I actually just got evicted from my abusive ex-boyfriend's house yesterday. So right now I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, but probably get like an Airbnb for the month and go that route and try to find somewhere more permanent from there.
And how do you earn money? How are you going to get the money for that?
So I was a stripper for about 6-7 years, and then I started realizing that if I made like more substantial connections and like longer connections with people, that they are willing to help me more, and I just started getting really genuine with the people that I met, and the people that would offer me help, I would accept it, and I started meeting like some really cool people that would invest in me, and it started going from there. And then I bought my own label and started working as a A&R, I guess, if you will.
What's an A&R?
Artist and repertoire. So I would like find new artists, and then I would manage them, build their platform up, and then essentially either send them off to a major label or help them open their own label.
Any success at that?
Yeah, actually, I love it. When I first started doing it, I started with only recovering addicts, and it was trash money at first, but I didn't care because it's like super soul fulfilling. It's crazy to watch somebody go from like super empty and broken down to just like holding themselves different and smiling and like just a whole new person.
Are drugs currently a part of your life?
Unfortunately, I did relapse. My best friend passed away in 2020. And then my brother just passed away last year in August. And it was real like foul play, so I just like went down a really bad path like in my mind, and I kind of let it get the best of me, and I've been out of recovery for probably about a year and a couple months now. It's not something that I'm proud of, though, for sure.
What drug do you mess with?
I do fentanyl, meth. There was a time where like I would do anything. I was like slamming stuff in my neck, and thankfully I'm not there anymore, but it still brings me to pretty grimy places, I won't lie.
How long have you been doing the fentanyl?
Since my best friend passed away, since probably, that was May of 2020, so I stopped for a little while in between, but prior to that, though, I've been like a drug addict since I was like 12 years old, and then when I got clean in 2017, I couldn't stay clean, and then finally in 2019 or 18, the beginning of 2018, it finally like caught on, and I like realized that like life is so much better sober, and I beat myself up for sure about this past relapse, but I'm pulling my head out of my butt slowly.
And you mentioned that you had a stint over there on Skid Row.
Yeah, so when I first came out here to Orange County from the desert, I didn't know about the rehab game, if you will, and it's like really dirty. They're like killing people essentially. They're just like getting people fucked up and then sending them back to detox so their insurance resets, and then they get clean time, and then they'll go out and use again, and then their insurance resets again, so they'll like pay people to do it, and it's really fucked up. Like, it's like, is your life worth $4,000 right now? But some of us it is. Some of us have no family, some of us have nowhere to go, have no idea like where we're sleeping, and like no idea what we're gonna eat next. Like it's crazy, and especially giving somebody in new recovery that much money, they get addicted to it and then keeps going back. So it makes it a lot harder for us to get clean. And I don't know, it just, when I started doing that stuff, it just brought me to really awful dark places, and I found myself with really bad people, and eventually found myself like alone on Skid Row, like had no idea like really how I got there, no idea who to call, no phone, like my bags had all been stolen from me, my clothes had all been, like everything that meant anything to me had been either stolen, given away, traded for drugs, traded for money, and I was just kind of like left with myself. And then I think one night I was just like really over it. Like I was sitting in a Starbucks, like trying to figure out what I was gonna do. I had no phone, and I was just like, what the fuck do I do right now? So I asked somebody to borrow their phone, and I ended up getting into my Facebook and hitting up one of my friends to see if they could get me into rehab again. And that's kind of where I got out of Skid Row, but it's definitely a crazy place. It's very different. I never thought, like little me, like would have never thought that I would have ended up there. That was only like in movies. Like,
how long were you there?
Probably about 2 weeks. about 2 weeks, and then I was done. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. Even hotel hopping around here, it's tiring. And they're all so rude. Like, the people that work there are so rude because they're just so used to people being fucked up all the time, or like fucking up their rooms or whatever, not paying or whatever the fuck it is. But they're just, it's very cold. It's very lonely also, even when there's tons of people around.
Have you by chance heard from CityNet or Bridges as far as some housing?
No, I haven't, but one of my friends just told me about these like little tiny homes that they're putting up around LA, and said that they're actually pretty easy for people to get into, as long as you just like show up pretty early in the morning. You're pretty much guaranteed a tiny home for X amount of time. I don't know the exact details, but I have the email actually that someone sent me, so I'm about to look into that actually.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I'll have to look into that too.
Yeah, it's really cool. I would definitely suggest letting people know about it for sure. I know there's one in Studio City, and I know there's like maybe 2 or 3 more that are like either up or just about to be up and running.
And if you could have like a dream job or something that you're qualified for, what would you like to do? Oh, you're already doing it, the music thing.
Yeah, I do. I actually didn't know what I wanted to like do with my life until I fell into like a perfect opportunity. Somebody had just like started rapping in the rehab van, and I was like, hey, you're like super talented. And they're like, I know, but I don't know what to do with it. And I'm like, okay, well, first you have the narcissism down, so like there's that. And secondly, I already worked in social media marketing, so I kind of just had the knowledge of how to blow somebody up anyways. And I also, with the dancing, had a pretty large network of like rappers and dancers, and kind of just all fell into place, and I fell in love with it so fast and just ran with it. Okay. And that's pretty much how I tell people that you're gonna be happy the rest of your life if you don't feel like you're working every day and you follow like you know what you're passionate about.
Yeah. You look so young. How old are you, doll?
I'm 27.
27. Do you have any kids?
I do. I have a 7-year-old. His name's Gavin. He's with his dad on the East Coast right now.
And then after being over here on the West Coast for the last couple years and whatever you've gone through, what's the most important lesson that you've learned?
Probably, I think probably to like guard myself a little bit more than I had in the past. I like care for people a lot. I have like a really big heart, and it gets the best of me, I think, a lot of the time. And normally people would say like be more trusting, but I think that out here people are like so quick to like fuck you over, and people are so quick to, I don't know. I take pride in like being a genuine person, and it gets me fucked over at the end of the day. So I guess just if I could remind myself of anything, just be careful with my heart and be careful with who I, tend to care for.
And do you by chance have any social media information, like a Cash App, in case anybody wants to donate money to you, or like a social media, Facebook?
Yeah, sure. I have, here, let me see. I have an Instagram. It's LVDYZ and then _. And then my Cash App is payABRATTZ. payABRATZ.
Awesome. Can you tell us like what's on here on your neck?
It says Satan's puppet. It's not what it seems like. I don't like worship Satan, but it's more like the message of like, you're kind of always dancing in his hand, but it's like your choice whether or not he takes hold of you or not, And then I have my label on my cheek.
Yeah, and what's that on?
NSG.
I'm sorry, what does it say again?
It says NSG.
NSG.
Never stop grinding.
Never stop grinding.
Gotta wake up every morning and remember that. It keeps me going sometimes, And I have my centipede.
Wow.
I had to like contort myself in ways that were pretty awful and like not comfortable. I'd been in dark and grimy places, but I always make it out and have 100 legs to stand on. And then my ladybug, that's for luck, and my third eye.
And your third eye?
Yeah.
I like it. Well, it's sure nice to meet you, Doll.
You too. It was nice talking with you guys.
Thank you for the interview.
Yeah, of course.
Are you okay if we use it on our YouTube channel?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.